Welcome back. The assassination of John F. Kennedy has been the subject of endless debate and analysis. The latest episode of News Nation's Reality Check podcast dives into the dark world of Cold War espionage to find out what JFK may have known about UFOs, covert CIA operations, and if there could be connections to Kennedy's assassination.
Don't y'all think it's rather odd how this stuff keeps coming back up and presenting itself? Why is that? Why do you think they keep diving back into it again and again and again for answers, right? Uncovering more information that was probably even hidden from us, covered up. Like, just think about that.
Do you believe that there may in fact be a connection between JFK's decision to demand openness from the CIA and openness between the CIA and the Soviets on UAPs? Do you believe there may be a connection between that presidential order and the subsequent murder of John F. Kennedy?
Absolutely. Yep.
Absolutely. Here with us now is News Nation's special correspondent and Reality Check host, Ross Coulthart, joining us from Australia. Ross, thanks for joining us. I've been very excited to talk to you.
It's a real pleasure to speak to you, and it's very much UFO week this week. I'm able to talk about Lou Elizondo also at the end of this week, appearing on News Nation. So we're going to have a very busy week with studying the subject of UFOs.
Very exciting. And you know everyone wants to know more about this phenomenon. Let's start with the Majestic 12 files. What are they, and why are ufologists now zeroing in on them? I should call them ufologists.
Okay, so the Majestic 12 files are a long disputed group of documents that were supposedly leaked from within the defence and intelligence agencies about 30 plus years ago. Their provenance, their authenticity has long been disputed. But what's really interesting, and the chap I was interviewing there, who's an Australian former intelligence officer, a guy called Jeff Cruikshank, he's done some phenomenal work revealing a little-known piece of history from the JFK era. How 63 years ago, JFK was so concerned that UFOs were causing the Soviets to fear that the Americans might be launching an attack, that he ordered the CIA to be more open with the Russians, with the Soviet Union, about what we were doing on their border, because it turned out there was a secret CIA program where we were actually spoofing UFOs. We were pretending that there were UFOs by putting up false signals on Russian radar. And needless to say, JFK was very, very concerned about this because it was a huge threat to deconflicting, to stopping the possibility that the Soviets might think that we were attacking. And
see, and this is a prime example of, in this video I just reacted to, right? They were saying that we often look at the government as one big giant entity, like in a whole. It all moves as one and everything, but in actuality it's broken up into several different sections. And half the time, all of these jokers aren't in a line. Half the time, one don't know what the other one is doing. And that's the problem we have.
The interesting thing is there are documents in the Majestic 12 documents which appear to refer to this secret operation. And even though they've been said to be false, it's really interesting because the secret operation was only revealed to exist 2 years ago, and yet these MJ12 documents were found and first discovered to the public attention about 30 years ago. So it really does raise the possibility that what have long been disputed to be fake documents are in fact potentially true, and that they reveal a hidden history about JFK's concern about UFOs.
This is so fascinating. So, Ross, as we're listening to this podcast, as we're learning more, what are the questions we should keep in mind as we listen and watch the story unfold?
Okay, well, I think a lot of people don't realize that it's actually written into treaties. There's a treaty that we've signed with the Russians, which basically assures them that we will consult on UAPs, on UFOs. This is such a big issue between the United States and the Soviet Union in its day, and now Russia, that in order to protect those countries from accidentally launching a nuclear strike at each other, they are consulting. They've agreed to consult with each other in a treaty on UFOs. And so we should be skeptical about documents that appear to suggest some kind of broader conspiracy, but this particular intelligence official, now retired, suggests that we should be taking seriously these documents that suggest that there's been a very hidden history where the president, JFK, was so concerned that we were doing an illegal, essentially things that weren't even authorized by Congress. We were running an operation which was making the Soviets think that we were launching an attack.
Which would ultimately pretty much jeopardize our safety here. That's what he was looking into to try to protect us. Wow.
Making them look like UFOs. And JFK only found out about it 63 years ago in Vienna because of a question from Premier Nikita Khrushchev. So it's important now in these very dangerous times that we look at the fact that, here we are, we're so much closer to the potential for nuclear Armageddon than ever before in our history, heaven forbid. And I think questions need to be asked of our president. What on earth is going on? What are we doing to protect against this potential risk?
Ross, that is incredibly interesting. I can't wait to watch and listen. Ross Coulthard, thank you so much, sir.
Welcome to the intriguing world of ancient Egypt, where history and mystery blend seamlessly with tales of extraterrestrial involvement. From the pyramid's precise alignment with the stars to the enigmatic Dendera Light and the rumored hidden chambers within the Great Pyramid, many believe that these ancient wonders were influenced by visitors from beyond our world. Could pharaohs like Seti have guarded Stargate portals, or were the majestic obelisks designed as energy conduits? Join us as we explore these captivating theories, imagining a time when cosmic visitors might have walked among us, leaving behind clues etched in stone and whispered through the ages. Number 1. The Dendera Light. A carving in the grand halls of the Temple of Hathor at Dendera has caused quite a flurry of wild theories and legends. Often called Dendera Light, the ancient artwork presents an image of an elongated bulb-like object with a...
And they keep saying or wanting me to... It's hard for me. I know they keep stressing that or telling everyone that this could possibly be a light bulb. And you see the way it's going out, like a light would project out with some type of thing in the middle of it. I don't know if that's a snake or what, but I just can't see it. I don't know, man. That ain't what I think this is, though. But who am I?
Filament-like figure inside, held by what looks like a priest of some kind, all with a snake-like object extending from the bulb's center. The theory of an ancient Egyptian light bulb that generates energy and ancient technology being a gift from an advanced alien culture has captured the imaginations of many. Skeptics will say that symbols represent the creation myth of the Egyptian sun god Ra. And that sounds plausible, but it's certainly not as interesting as the theory of ancient astronauts sharing their technology with humans and giving them technology far ahead of their time. Whether it's true or not is the answer we don't have, but it's certainly an interesting thought exercise, thinking about the Egyptians having advanced technology and using it to illuminate, both literally and metaphorically, the ancient world. Number 2. Ancient helicopter. Deep within the ancient walls of the Temple of Seti, the first at Abydos, a set of hieroglyphs dubbed helicopter hieroglyphs, present carvings of what looks like modern-day vehicles, including a helicopter, a submarine, and even a spaceship. How could the ancient Egyptian artisans know about this modern technology and chisel it as sort of a blueprint into the walls of the temple? Could it be that they were given a glimpse of the modern world by extraterrestrial visitors, or were they simply documenting what they saw? Many will point out that these images are a result of palimpsest, where older carvings were being replaced by newer ones, making these familiar shapes by accident. This explanation is not far-fetched, but it's a little too convenient to believe. If it was just one shape, it could make sense, but with 3 objects depicting modern vehicles, it's a little too hard to ignore. Just another one of the examples where even if we don't believe...
It's hard for you to look at that and not see UFO or modern day vehicles or something like that. It's hard because what we know today, and then you have to go back then, they didn't have this stuff, so, or did they? Or did they? Like, there's no way for us to truly know, right? All we go is off of speculation and what we see or what we come across, findings, discoveries, all of that type of stuff like that. So to completely rule it out, we can't do, but just going off of what we know to say they had this type of stuff, there's not a lot of signs of it. So we tend to go with that theory and thinking that they had those type of vehicles or saw spaceships or UFOs. It's a possibility.
Hard to ignore. Just another one of the examples where even if we don't believe that ancient Egyptians had contact with advanced aliens, we can certainly entertain the idea as an interesting thought experiment. Number 3, Sakara Bird. Nested in a Sakara tomb, an artifact dating back to 200 BCE was discovered. The Sakara Bird. At first glance, it resembles a bird, but upon closer inspection, it looks more like a modern-day plane. This wooden figurine appears to be a toy that could have been used by Egyptian children. However, some suggest it isn't just a whimsical plaything, but evidence that the Egyptians might have understood the principles of aerodynamics. Did they have secret knowledge of aviation? Or maybe, just maybe, was this little bird inspired by visitors from beyond the stars who gave them a sneak peek into future technology? Skeptics, of course, will say it's just a stylized bird, a testament to the Egyptians' artistic flair rather than their engineering prowess. They argue that it's unlikely this knowledge was passed to them from outer space. But for those with a bit more imagination and belief in the extraterrestrial, it's another piece of evidence that ancient Egyptians might have had contact with aliens. Number 4, Thule Papyrus. The Thule Papyrus, a piece of ancient history, reads like the script for a sci-fi blockbuster. According to legend, this document describes a UFO sighting in ancient Egypt, with fiery discs lighting up the sky above the land of the pharaohs. It must have been a sight to behold for those present at the time. The document was discovered in an antiquities shop in the 1930s by museum director Alberto Thule. Unable to afford the original, he made a copy. The translation describes circles of fire in the sky, causing quite the commotion among both people and animals who witnessed this otherworldly event. It tantalizes us with the possibility of early contact with aliens who might have been cruising the skies of ancient Egypt. Number 5, the Dendera Zodiac. In the mystical temple of Hathor at Dendera, nestled on the ceiling of a hidden chamber, lies the Dendera Zodiac, a celestial map that's a veritable star chart from the past. Imagine walking into this ancient temple and looking up to see a cosmic masterpiece, an intricate carving that seems to tell the secrets of the universe. The Dendera Zodiac is a circular relief depicting the heavens with astonishing detail, featuring constellations, planets, and even zodiac signs. Some say this ancient artwork is more than just an astronomical chart. It's a window into the minds of ancient Egyptians who might have had knowledge far beyond their time. Did they receive this wisdom from otherworldly visitors? The zodiac includes signs like Aries, Taurus, and Libra, just like we use today. But there's a certain magical twist that makes you wonder if the Egyptians were stargazing with some extraterrestrial friends. Cynics will tell you that the Dendera Zodiac is simply an elaborate depiction of the Egyptian calendar and their deep understanding of astronomy.
It makes you also think, like, if we all come together and accept the possibility of the unknown, aliens, UFOs, if we accept that and then they make themselves known, what will that open up for us? We don't always have to think about it negative. Of course, we're going to acknowledge the negative, but we don't have to always think about it. We acknowledge the negative and then think about the positive and acknowledge the positive as well. What could we find out about our future or what's to come? See, we have to think about this thing like a two-sided coin, bro. It's two sides to this thing. But the fact of just ignoring it and not doing anything, I don't think we can no longer do that. We got to acknowledge it.
Sure, that's a plausible explanation, but could there be more to it? Could it be that this ancient star map was actually a gift from space travelers sharing their cosmic knowledge with humanity? Number 6. Origin of Osiris. Osiris is one of the most fascinating figures in Egyptian mythology, but what is the exact origin of the god of the afterlife? Was he perhaps a robot or an alien? Imagine Osiris descending from the cosmos, bringing advanced knowledge and technology to ancient Egypt. His green skin and otherworldly powers talked about in the legends could be explained by his extraterrestrial origins. The fact that he was able to resurrect after being dismembered by his brother Set might point to an unnatural ability for healing or even robotic self-repair systems. Consider the possibility that Osiris was an alien visitor whose advanced technology was seen as divine magic by the ancient Egyptians. His teachings and rituals could have been sophisticated lessons in science and technology, misunderstood as mystical practices by early humans. There are enough signs to add fuel to the fire for lovers of ancient mythology and extraterrestrial lore. From his miraculous resurrection to his profound influence on Egyptian culture, Osiris's story takes on a new dimension when viewed through the lens of extraterrestrial possibilities. Number 7. Eye of Horus. In the vast and mysterious world of ancient Egypt, one symbol has sparked an array of wild theories and legends: the Eye of Horus. This ancient emblem, also known as the Wadjet, is depicted as a stylized eye with intricate markings and is often associated with protection, royal power, and good health. However, some believe this iconic symbol represents much more than traditional mythology suggests. One intriguing theory posits that the Eye of Horus was not just a spiritual symbol, but a piece of advanced alien technology. Imagine it as a high-tech gadget from an advanced extraterrestrial culture, offering the ancient Egyptians unprecedented knowledge and abilities. Whether the Eye of Horus is truly a relic of alien technology or simply a powerful mythological symbol remains an unanswered question. However, it certainly provides an interesting thought exercise. Number 8. The Nama Palette. A remarkable artifact found deep within the ancient sands of Hierakonpolis, known as the Nama Palette, has sparked countless theories and legends. This ceremonial engraving, dating back to around 3100 BCE, depicts King Nama in scenes of conquest and unification. But to some, it hints at something far more extraordinary. The Nama Palette features intricate carvings of the king wielding a mace, as he is accompanied by mysterious figures that are believed to be alien beings. Could the ancient Egyptian artisans have been documenting encounters with extraterrestrial visitors, or perhaps even receiving guidance from them? Doubters argue that these figures and symbols are just that and nothing more, representing the king's divine power and the unification of Upper and Lower Egypt. They suggest that the artistic style and motifs are typical of early dynastic Egypt, devoid of any alien influence. While this explanation is not necessarily wrong, it doesn't capture the imagination quite like the idea of ancient astronauts playing a role in Egypt's early history. While we may never know the true origins of these enigmatic carvings, the Nama Palette certainly invites us to consider the possibility of extraterrestrial connections. Number 9. Obelisks as energy conduits. What if obelisks were more than just monuments marking the great achievements of pharaohs? What if they were energy conduits, an ancient power grid channeling and distributing energy? Typically made from a single piece of stone, usually granite, obelisks stand tall, ending with a pyramidion at the top. The precision and complexity of Egyptian construction techniques have led to speculation that aliens may have imparted advanced technological knowledge to the ancient Egyptians. This includes everything from engineering and mathematics to astronomy and medicine. Imagine the obelisks harnessing solar energy during the day, storing it and radiating it out as a steady stream of power. Egyptian priests and engineers, possibly with a little help from extraterrestrial visitors, might have fine-tuned these structures to light up their temples and homes. Number 10, King Tut.
So they were thinking about power back then. Electricity possibly, or some kind of way to light up the like that would mean they were way advanced than a lot of these historians like to give them credit, bro. That theory alone right there takes them light years ahead.
Tut's alien dagger. Deep in the tomb of King Tutankhamun lies an artifact that amongst all the other treasures and relics stands out as the one that is not from this world. It's the famous alien dagger. Crafted from meteoric iron, some believe it is a gift from alien visitors. A blade shimmering with a metallic gleam, not resembling any earthly material, could have been an alien tool with mystical powers or advanced alien technology. The fact that Egyptians called meteoric iron iron from the sky is quite telling. Maybe it was given to the king as a token of alliance between the two worlds. It could be that the dagger is just a result of ancient metallurgy, but the idea of King Tut wielding a blade with powers from out of this world is sparking the imagination of many. Number 11, Famine Stela. An intriguing inscription called Famine Stela was found on Sahel Island. This stela recounts a 7-year famine during the reign of Pharaoh Djoser, where the Nile didn't flood. According to the tale, Imhotep communicated with the god Khnum to restore the river's flow. But what if Imhotep's wisdom was not just divine, but interstellar? What if Imhotep was a conduit for extraterrestrial knowledge, which he used to let the water of the Nile flow once again? The famine stela adds another layer of fascination. Could the stela's story be a coded message about using alien technology to control natural events? The 7-year famine, the dialogue with a god, and the subsequent prosperity might all point to ancient Egyptians harnessing extraterrestrial wisdom to solve earthly problems. Number 12, the Tomb of the Visitors. One of the best hidden secrets of ancient Egyptian mythology is the Tomb of the Visitors. It was rumored to be a final resting place not for the pharaohs or the nobles of that time, but for the alien beings that visited our world at that time. It is said that these sarcophagi are crafted from material unknown to this world and adorned with glowing inscriptions left by extraterrestrial travelers chronicling their stay on our planet. But these tales are often dismissed as not more than myths, but it doesn't stop us from imagining what could be hiding deep beneath the sands of Egypt. Number 13, alien DNA. What if the aliens were not just sharing their advanced technology with the people of ancient times, but they were also doing genetic manipulation? With a few tweaks, they have given us a little alien upgrade. Perhaps this genetic tinkering explains the sudden burst of knowledge in areas like architecture, astronomy, and medicine. How else could they have built the pyramids with such precision or mapped the stars so accurately?
Wow. So they don't want to credit our advancing knowledge in, I guess, just basically us over time evolving. No. That would be accredited to the aliens' assistance of how we came to be smarter and intelligent and knowing how to, or learning how to build, and just certain advancements in technology and different things. Can you imagine them accrediting all that back to aliens? They'll never do that. They'll never give that up. They'll never admit that. No, they won't.
Maybe those hieroglyphs aren't just pretty pictures, but the aliens' way of documenting their genetic experiments. Those who doubt the existence of extraterrestrials will roll their eyes at this theory, but there is enough evidence that proves that it might be possible. Number 14. Pyramids as alien beacons. Imagine the Great Pyramids of Giza, not just as monumental tombs, but as giant cosmic lighthouses designed to guide extraterrestrial visitors to Earth. The idea of pyramids as alien beacons is one of the mainstream ones in the lore of ancient aliens in Egypt. What if alien spacecraft are cruising the galaxy, spotting the pyramids' precise alignment with the stars of Orion's belt? These massive stone structures, built with such exactness, could have served as interstellar GPS markers signaling a friendly landing site on Earth. The smooth, shiny casing stones that once covered the pyramids could have reflected sunlight during the day and moonlight at night, creating a sparkling beacon visible from space. Number 15. Seti Stargate. According to this theory, Pharaoh Seti I was not just a powerful ruler, but the ancient gatekeeper of Stargate portals, connecting Earth to distant galaxies. Deep within the majestic temples of Egypt lie the secrets of these cosmic doorways. Legend has it that Pharaoh Seti I possessed knowledge far beyond his time, given to him by celestial visitors. What if his staff wasn't just a symbol of power, but a key to these Stargate portals? The intricate hieroglyphs and carvings in his temple at Abydos might be more than just religious symbols. They could be maps and instructions for using these interstellar gateways. Number 16. Alien effigies. Imagine strolling through ancient Egypt, surrounded by towering statues that seem to watch your every move. What if these colossal statues weren't just tributes to pharaohs and gods, but were actually alien effigies? Imagine the ancient Egyptians, under the guidance of their cosmic visitors, carving these immense figures to honor the aliens. Number 17. Human origin evidence in the Temple of Edfu. Imagine walking through the grand halls of the Temple of Edfu, feeling the ancient stones beneath your feet and the whispers of history in the air. But what if this magnificent temple was more than just a monument to the gods? What if it held clues to our very origins, far from what we consider our world? The Temple of Edfu, dedicated to the falcon-headed god Horus, is adorned with intricate carvings and hieroglyphs that some believe tell the tale of humanity's creation. Picture ancient Egyptian priests guided by alien allies, etching these cosmic secrets into the temple walls. The stories speak of primeval mounds and celestial beings descending to Earth, setting the stage for the birth of human civilization. Could these carvings be a record of our genetic blueprint, handed down by advanced extraterrestrial beings? Perhaps the temple's layout itself, with its precise astronomical alignments, was designed to point us toward our true origins.
I know a lot of y'all are thinking to yourself like, well, I guess we'll never know or never find out. Not so fast, not necessarily. I feel and I believe strongly that one of these AI things they create is gonna uncover, crack the code to all of this, these drawings, this art, all of this type of stuff, man. I feel like it's gonna crack that code and we're gonna find out. Now, will they try to keep it from us? Definitely. But hopefully it leaks out to us and we find out what this stuff means, man. And I think it'll answer a lot of questions.
In the stars. Imagine Horus not just as a god, but as an alien mentor, leading the Egyptians and us toward understanding our place in the universe. Number 18, Jos Pyramid. Imagine the bustling construction site of Jos Pyramid, where ancient Egyptian workers are hard at work, not just building a tomb, but possibly creating an interstellar wonder. Designed by the legendary architect Imhotep, this step pyramid stands as a marvel of early engineering. But what if there's more to it than meets the eye? The pyramid's unique step design could be seen as a sort of ancient launch pad, signaling to distant travelers. Maybe it was meant to harness cosmic energies, sending signals out to the far reaches of space. Imagine workers stacking those massive limestone blocks, unknowingly constructing a structure that would resonate with the frequencies of the universe. Number 19. Pyramids UFO connection. What if the Great Pyramids of Giza were not just as ancient tombs, but as gigantic cosmic lighthouses, beaming energy into the universe to attract UFOs? The pyramid's tips, once capped with gold, might have served as transmitters, sending signals far and wide, inviting extraterrestrial visitors to drop by and share their advanced wisdom. Number 20. Hidden chambers in the Great Pyramid. Deep within the labyrinthine corridors of the Great Pyramid of Giza, rumors swirl about a hidden chamber that holds more than just ancient relics. A secret room concealed for millennia, discovered only by those with the keenest eyes and the wildest imaginations. Some say this hidden chamber was crafted by the pyramid's builders under the watchful eyes of extraterrestrial architects. The chamber might contain advanced alien technology, like a cosmic control room or an interstellar communication device, left behind to keep tabs on Earth's progress. Perhaps it's even a portal, ready to whisk the curious adventurer away to distant galaxies.